Hey guys, American Pizza Books here. So I thought today for this video I would show off to you my Dean Koontz book collection. Now I've still got quite a few of his books to get because he has written a lot, but I'm working on it. I think I've got a good chunk of his books so far. So that's basically what I'll be doing. I'll just be showing my Dean Koontz books that I have so far off to you guys, and you can tell me what you think. So yeah, and I'll probably, as this channel gets, as it grows, hopefully, and it gets bigger, I'll do maybe an updated Dean Koontz book collection. My collection is more complete, and I'm also working on some other authors in terms of their books. So I might get do a few more collection videos for other authors like Clive Barker and Robert McCammon and authors like that. So yeah, so let's just get started here. Start off with some series. First is Odd Thomas. And this is a really good book. And it's a series. I think there's like 6 or 7 books in the series. And I think the first book is the best. I've only read 3 so far, but I might continue with the series someday, but right now I'm not really that encouraged to. Forever Odd, the sequel, which I didn't think was very good. Brother Odd, which was the 3rd book in the series, which I thought was definitely a big improvement over Forever Odd, but still not as good as the first one in my opinion. Then we got the Frankenstein series. I do have the first 3 books. It's a 5-book series. I don't have the last 2 books, but I'll get them eventually. But Prodigal Son. City of Night. And Dead and Alive, the 3rd book. And this one has a lot of negative reviews, but I thought it was alright, Not as good as the first 2 books maybe, but still pretty good. Decent, So then this is actually part of it's supposed to be a trilogy, but there's only been 2 books out for so long. This is part of the Christopher Snow series. This one is the first book, Fear Nothing, and I haven't read this one yet, but I want to soon. I'd still have to get Seize the Night too, which is the 2nd book. Alright, and these aren't going to be in any order of published date or anything. I'm just going to show you the ones that I have here on me right now, not in a particular order or anything. Innocence, which is also a newer one, which I've heard a lot of good things about. False Memory, which I read back in July and finished back in July of last year. This was a really good one. I recommend it. False Memory, really good book. Dragon Tears. I love that cover. Yeah, that's awesome. Lightning. This is a pretty popular book of his. I've not heard a single bad thing about this one, so I think it might be pretty good. Haven't read it yet though. And I'm still working on reading a lot of his books. I haven't read a ton of his books, but I like what I've read for the most part. Darkfall. Right. Face of Fear. Pretty thin book. Probably a fast read. Phantoms. And this book was there's Koontz and his dog, the golden retriever. As you all know, Dean Koontz likes dogs, and golden retrievers seem to be a favorite of his. I don't blame him. Golden retrievers are awesome. But yeah, Phantoms is made into a movie with Ben Affleck. Haven't seen it. I've heard mixed reviews about it, but The Taking, which seems to have mixed reviews on like Amazon and Goodreads, but I've heard mostly good things about it though, so it sounds good too. So The Vision, which I've also read, and I thought it was pretty good as well. It's not a big book, it's a pretty fast read. Good read in my opinion. Some people don't like it, but I think it's pretty good. The Voice of the Night. The Funhouse, which is this is actually the first Koontz book that I read. I did not know it was a novelization of a kind of like a B horror movie. But yeah, this is the first one I read, and the first book that got me hooked on Dean Koontz. Oddly enough, of all the books, it was this one. Good book until the ending. The ending was just crap, just complete crap. Big letdown. Intensity. I thought this one was... It was decent. It was decent. You know, it's probably not one of my favorites so far, but it was decent. I know a lot of people like it. It's not... Probably not one of my favorites, but it's decent. Like 3.5, 4 out of 5. Strange Highways, which is a short story collection, his only short story collection. Which is a shame, because these stories, for the most part, were pretty good. I wish he'd do more short story compilations, honestly. Stephen King has a lot of them. I wish Dean Koontz would do more, because he's pretty good. Winter Moon. That cover is pretty cool. America's Most Popular Suspense Novelist by Rolling Stone. But yeah, a lot of Dean Koontz's covers are cool. I like them. House of Thunder. I got that from Half Price Books, $2.99. Half Price Books is pretty awesome. One of my favorite bookstores. You get good deal on books there. Key to Midnight. The Eyes of Darkness. There's Koontz and his dog again. Demon Seed. Alright. Strangers. I think this is like one of his biggest books, if not his biggest book. Okay, so probably his most popular book, Watchers, which I've not heard a single bad thing about this, and this is like his most popular book, like I said. It has like, I think, almost 2,000 reviews on Amazon, which is like the most reviewed of any of his books. I'm kind of almost scared to read this and nervous too, because everyone just praises it, and I'm afraid that I'll go in with too high expectations, and then when I read it, I'll be let down. So I'm kind of just working my way up to this one. So hopefully the hype doesn't kill it for me. Whispers. And I believe this was like his breakthrough novel, I want to say. Could be wrong on that. The Face. Midnight. Which was... It was okay. It wasn't great, but it was alright. It was decent. Mr. Murder. Pretty good book. The ending wasn't quite what I wanted it to be. I was expecting it to be something else, and then it kind of ended up being something different, which isn't bad, I guess. So, but it was a pretty good book. Kept me reading. Night Chills. This was a good one too. Pretty creepy. That was earlier Koontz. Life Expectancy. And see, the thing about this book is that there are a lot of people love this one. A lot of people like this one. I didn't. I think I ended up giving it like a 3 out of 5 on Amazon or something like that. Like even a 4 out of 5. Looking back, I think I'd probably give it like a 2 out of 5 or 2.5 out of 5. Just too much forced humor in my opinion, and just a lot of potential, but I feel like the execution was pretty poor, so I don't know, just my opinion. Ashley Bell, which this is a book that also has a lot of negative reviews, it seems, but there's a YouTuber on here called Travis McBee, and he's an author himself, and he's read a lot of Dean Koontz, and his Dean Koontz book collection is probably a lot better than mine. He's probably got most of his books, but he said it was pretty good, so, and I started listening to the audiobook of this, and it seems pretty good. It seems really intriguing, so I think I'm going to read it anyways. I mean, eventually I'll read all of Dean Koontz's books, despite, I mean, whatever the reviews are, I'll just read them all, but, you get what I mean. From the corner of his eye, I really like this cover. This cover is just awesome to me. It's Twilight Eyes. The City. Which this one's kind of like Innocence, I think. Just in the sense that it's kind of a lighter tone, sort of. And the cover is... I like that cover. It's really silvery and shiny and everything. What the Night Knows. Yet again, I love this cover. I also got that from Half Price Books. Got it for $8. Hardcover for $8. It's in relatively good condition. So I'm telling you, Half Price Books is the shit. And then this is his most recent series that he's been writing, the Jane Hawk series. This first one's called The Silent Corner. And then this one is his most recent book, I believe, and it's The Whispering Room. Yeah, I got this one for Christmas. I got it in hardcover, which is pretty cool. I think I only have like 2 hardcovers of Dean Koontz's books, so. But yeah. That's his most recent one. There's Koontz right there. But yeah. So that's my Dean Koontz book collection. Like I said before, I'm still working on it. I'm still working on getting his books. There's more I have to get. Like, I know I'm missing Hideaway, The Door to December, Icebound, and I got to get the rest of the Odd Thomas books and the rest of the Frankenstein series. But I'm working on it. So I think I've got a good chunk of his books right now, though. So, and I'm getting so many books, and just I'm constantly reading so many authors. It's kind of hard to keep up, but yeah. So yeah, that's my Dean Koontz book collection. I hope you guys enjoy this, and let me know what you think. What are your favorite Dean Koontz books? What are your least favorite Dean Koontz books? What is your #1 favorite Dean Koontz book? And yeah, so that's it for this one, and I'll talk to you guys later. So peace. Have a good day or night or whatever time of day it is that you're watching this, and keep on reading.